let's start lying down. So bring yourself carefully onto your back, bring your knees with you, and take a moment gently moving on your spine, giving your back a nice massage on the floor. And then find a comfortable position on your back. You can have legs bent or straight, arms either down by your sides or resting on your body. Make sure your shoulders feel comfortable. Back of your neck is long, so gently tuck your chin forward slightly. Then let your eyes close and we'll take a deep breath in through your nose. Then a really big sigh out through your mouth. And we'll do 2 more of these. Breathing in. Big sigh out. And 1 more. Inhale. And let a huge sigh come out. And then release any control of your breath. And start to feel your body settling on the floor. And get a sense here that you're letting go and giving in to the force of gravity. Because so often we're resisting, holding on, slightly clenching the stomach, or the throat, or the jaw. Take a moment to let go wherever you can. And if it feels comfortable, start to lengthen your breath. If possible, in and out through your nose. And we'll take a moment here to focus on breathing slightly deeper and slightly longer than normal. Until you can establish a nice full breath that feels natural and comfortable. And as you're doing this, allow the muscles in your forehead to soften. Those tiny muscles around your eyes, inside your mouth, your tongue, your jaw. Get a sense that your body is completely relaxed. And then squeeze your knees in towards your chest so you can feel your lower back stretching off the floor. And then roll to your left. Hold your knees in place with your left hand and then stretch your right arm out to the right. Turn your head as well so the twist is coming right up your spine. Once you've established your twist, try and tip into the right shoulder a bit more and use your left hand to keep your knees down on the floor. Take a couple of deep breaths into the right rib cage. Lovely, and then come back to the middle. Make sure your spine feels straight from top to bottom. And then pull in both knees and take your knees down to the right and stretch out to the left. Once you've found the twist, we're breathing into the left ribs, using your hand to keep your knees down on the floor. Take 1 more breath. Good, and then gradually come back to the middle. Again, find the place where it feels your spine is straight from top to bottom. Take in both knees again, a bit of movement side to side, circles on your back. And then take hold of the backs of your thighs, squeeze your knees in, and rock yourself up to seated. We'll come over onto hands and knees. Spread your hands out on the mat so you can feel both hands flat on the floor. Tuck your toes, lift your hips and push the floor away. Take a moment here to check your hands are flat, your chest is open, and you can pedal out your heels here or make any other movements to help you really stretch out your hamstrings. You might be swaying your hips right and left, whatever you need to find that sense of warming up. Knees can stay bent as much as you like throughout the practice. Take one more breath. And then bend your knees a lot. We're going to walk hands back to the feet. So you end up at the back of your mat, hanging forwards. Keep your knees as soft or as bent or as straight as you like, and then let your upper body become heavy. You can take opposite elbows or let your arms hang. Anything goes, as long as you feel you can let go in your shoulders, in your head, in your neck. And try and get the sense that your belly button is lifting up, and then the front side of your body wants to feel like it's getting longer. One more breath. And then bend your knees enough so you can bring both hands flat to the floor. Walk forwards until you are in a high plank. Shoulders over your wrists. Push down with your hands and lift your chest up. Push your heels towards the back and tuck your pelvis forwards. Tiny movement to switch on your abdominals. And then look towards your feet. One more breath. Great, you can stay here or bring your knees down if you like. Bend your arms and try and come down in a straight line until you're lying on your front. Stretch your legs, point your toes, so you're on the tops of your feet. Lock your knees, squeeze your bum and roll your shoulders back. Keep your chin tucked so you're not stressing out your neck. Take a breath in as you lift up, and as you exhale, soften back down. Check your legs are still working. Lock knees, squeeze bum. This time come up onto your fingertips. Elbows in, breathe in, lift a little higher. Inhale. As you exhale, soften. One more time without your hands. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Stretch them away. Lock your knees, breathe in. And soften back down. Lovely. Push over your knees to child's pose. Bum to your heels, stretch your arms forwards, rest your head down. Take one or two deep breaths here, breathing all the way into the back of your body. And then come up to your hands and knees, tuck your toes, and come to downward facing dog. From here, look forward, soften your knees. Step, walk or jump your feet to your hands. Lift up halfway, flatten your back. As you exhale, forward fold. Come up to stand, reach into the air. We're going to go straight back down and start sun salutation A. Exhale, hands to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step, walk or jump to your plank. If you can keep knees lifted, bend your arms, roll onto the tops of your feet and come to an up dog. Go back the way you came until you're in down dog. And then we'll take 4 or 5 long breaths here. So if you'd rather take child's pose, please do. One more breath. And then look forward, let your knees soften. Step, walk or jump, feet to hands. Lift up halfway as you inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Lift up to stand, reach up into the air. Use your exhale to come straight back down. Inhale, flatten your back and look forwards. Hands down, step, walk or jump back, and exhale as you lower. Cobra or up dog, your choice as you breathe in, and then down dog or child's pose as you breathe out. One more breath, really push the floor away. Finish your exhale, look forward, knees are soft. Step, walk or jump, feet to hands. Halfway lift on your inhale, forward fold on your exhale. Come all the way up to stand. We'll go one more time. Exhale, fingertips to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come down, step, walk or jump, and lower down. Up dog or cobra on your inhale. Down dog or child's pose on your exhale. Take a few breaths here. Great. From here, if you're in child's pose, back to down dog. Stretch your right leg into the air. Look forwards, and you want to bring your foot as high up your mat as you can. Swing it through. Aim it, get it wherever it lands. And then bring your left heel down. So as you lift up, you're ready for warrior one. Adjust your feet if you need. You might well need to take your feet wider. Both feet flat on the floor. Make sure you're rooting down through both feet. Right knee is bent, arms are up. We'll take one more breath in warrior one. And then we'll open out into warrior two. Again, adjusting your feet if you need. So back foot this time is more parallel to the back edge of the mat. Arms are extending, you're looking towards your right middle finger. If you feel any tension in your upper back, neck or shoulders, let your arms go, give them some circles, and then open back up. Energy in the hands, but try and keep softness in the shoulders. Keeping your legs strong, rotate your right hand so the palm is facing the ceiling and stretch up and back. Reverse warrior. Use your left hand to help if you need, and try and get a sense you're turning your chest to face the ceiling. Check you're still in warrior two legs, so right knee is bent. Lovely. Come back to warrior two. Take an inhale. And then bring your hands down to the floor, either side of your front foot. Step back to a plank and move through a vinyasa. And then we'll do all that on the other side. So stretching your left leg into the air. Swinging it through, imagine you're stepping over something. Right heel roots down, warrior one. Find your feet. Sink into the left knee and stay rooting down through the whole of both feet. One more breath. And then find warrior two, adjusting your feet, sinking into the left knee, rooting down through the whole of both feet. Once you're happy with the posture, find that breath we established right at the beginning. Steady breath in, long breath out. And then twist from your wrist. Left arm, palm faces the ceiling, stretch up and back, reverse warrior. One more breath. And then back to warrior two. Hands down to the floor. Step back to your plank and move through a vinyasa, cobra or up dog as you inhale. And then take down dog or child's pose, roughly 4 or 5 breaths. Great, wherever you are, we'll meet on hands and knees. So bring your shoulders roughly over your wrists, and then bring your knees together. We're going to do a side plank variation. So you're taking weight into your right hand and your right knee. Stretch out your left leg and come onto the big toe side of your left foot. So your hand and your left foot are in line. And then reach your left arm up into the air. Feel free to stay here, particularly if this right knee is uncomfortable or if it's resting on something hard. If you feel okay, squeeze your bum cheeks into each other. Perhaps that left leg can float up. If you have lifted the left leg, flex or point the foot so it's really active. If all that is well and good, turn your head and look up towards your left thumb. One more breath. Lovely, and then come down, set up for the other side. Knees together, left knee, left hand are taking the weight. Come onto the big toe side of your right foot and stretch your right arm up into the air. Test the water, see how it feels. Perhaps the right leg can float up into the air as well. Final stage, maybe you're looking up towards your right thumb. Last breath here. Lovely, and then come down. Make your way to child's pose. Bum to your heels, head on the floor. In this version, we'll take the hands back next to your feet. Head on the floor and let your elbows rest down on the floor, either side of your knees, so you can completely relax your arms. One more breath. Lovely. Bring your hands either side of your knees, tuck in your chin, push yourself up so you're kneeling, and then come to sit on your bum with your legs out in front. Flex your feet, smooth back your glutes. Feel free to sit up on a cushion or a block if it's more comfortable. Start with your hands either side of your hips and push down into your fingers to lift up out of your waist. So it's a sense of lifting up rather than leaning back. Look towards your feet. If you can lift without your hands, let your hands rest either side of you. Dandasana, staff posture. You want your body to be a right angle. Bend your knees if your hamstrings feel restrictive. Try and maintain what you've established here, keeping the lift out of your waist as you start to hinge forward for Paschimottanasana. Doesn't matter where your hands get to, you can even push from behind if it feels more comfortable. Keep the sense that you're lengthening the front side of your body and trying to keep your shoulders back. Once you've found a position you can hold, we'll take 3 or 4 more steady breaths. Lovely. Tuck in your chin. You can use your hands to help you lift all the way back up. Great. Let's come to Baddha Konasana. So Soles of your feet together. Let your knees open out to either side. Hold on to your feet however you like. Again, it might feel better to push down behind your thighs and lift up. That's always fine as well, if there's anything going on with your lower back. Lift from behind the belly button, either stay here or start to tip forwards. We'll take again 4 or 5 long breaths here. And then gently ease yourself out of the shape. Bring your knees together, stretch your legs out. Maybe windscreen wiper your feet side to side to give your hips a bit of a release. Okay, if you've got something behind you, just check there's nothing behind you, because we are going to lie down in a minute. But first of all, we're going to come to Navasana, boat posture. So tip onto your bum, so you're just sitting on your bum. Lift your feet, take hold of the backs of your thighs. Use your hands to help you lift your chest and shoulders come back. Feet are together, toes pointed, and your feet and your knees are at the same height. You might be keeping your hands here, that's fine. If you want to lift your arms up and you can maintain everything, energy in the hands as always. Perhaps legs straighten one or both. If straightening your legs makes your back round, it's just your hamstrings. So reset up, maybe one leg is straight, the other is bent, and then you can swap. One more breath wherever you are, and then don't let your feet touch the floor. Take the fronts of your shins round your back, tuck in your chin, and then gradually let yourself rock onto your back. When you get there, take a moment here, big circles, all directions, to give your back a nice massage on the floor. We'll come to a bridge from here. So set your feet down on the mat so your knees are bent. Reach your fingertips down and walk your feet back till you're just about grazing the backs of your heels with your fingernails. Scoop your shoulder blades right underneath you, and then begin by peeling your tailbone away from the mat, rolling up off your back until you're off the floor. When you can't go any further, you'll find you can scoop your shoulder blades under again. If it's comfortable, interlace your fingers, and then push down through both feet, squeeze your bum and lift your hips right up. Hold it here, keeping your breath steady. If you want even more, imagine you're gripping a beach ball between your knees and someone's trying to pull it away. Keep lifting your hips. And then we'll come out very carefully. Release your hands, unscoop your shoulders. Roll down from the top of your spine. One vertebra at a time, all the way down. And then once your lower back has settled on the floor, take your feet about as wide as your mat and gently rock your knees right and left like windscreen wipers. And then squeeze in both of your knees, lift up your head. Try and touch your knees and your nose into each other. And then let your head rest on the floor, hold on to your feet. Happy baby. Take your knees wide, let your shoulders relax. Again, here it might feel intuitive to gently move side to side, that's always okay. And if you want more, imagine you want to get more of your lower back down to the floor. Great, and then from here, bring your feet together. Stretch your legs up into the air and lift up your hips and sit on your hands. So your palms are facing down and your legs are straight up in the air. Try and point your toes. Again, if hamstrings restrict you, you can have a soft bend in the knee. From here, we're going to lower the legs for a count of 6. So, as soon as you can, if your knees aren't straight, start to straighten. Legs straight, toes pointed. Slowly, slowly lowering the legs down for 6, 5. Make sure you're not holding your breath. 4, 3, 2, and 1. When you reach the floor, keep everything the same, but let your belly soften for a moment, but stay sitting on your hands. We're going to come to fish posture from here. Sitting on your hands, tuck your elbows in close and push down so that you can lift your chest up and look at your feet. Make sure your legs are in a straight line, feet pointed. Tuck your elbows in even closer behind you and lift your chest up into the air. And then, if it feels okay, drop your head back. If your shoulders are squeezing together, you might find the muscles of your back and shoulders have made a little pillow for your head. If that is all okay, it's quite nice to let your mouth drop open. And you can get a nice release for any tension there might be in your jaw, your throat, or your tongue. Great, very carefully lift your head, bring your chin to your chest, untuck your elbows, lie down and release your hands. Squeeze in both of your knees, move around a bit again here on your back. Lovely, and then bring one foot down, your left foot to the mat. We'll do a hip opener. Right ankle to rest on your left thigh. Open your right knee out to the right. Pick everything up and squeeze your left leg in towards you. Your left foot can hang loose. Right knee opens out to the right. Again, check shoulders and neck have not got involved. And try and push your lower back down into the floor. And then carefully swap sides. Right foot down, left ankle on the thigh. Open your knee to the left. Pick everything up and squeeze your right leg in. Lower back pressing down. Great, and then gradually release both legs, windscreen wiper your knees, right and left. And then bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees open out to either side. Supta Baddha Konasana. Arms come up over your head. You can do a cactus arm, or if it's more comfortable, hold on to one wrist. Shoulders relaxed, close your eyes. Allow your body to settle into this shape. And try and guide your breath all the way down into your belly button. And start to let everything slow right down. Let your eyes close. And then begin to adjust your position your own way until you end up in Shavasana, final relaxation. Traditionally, corpse pose is taken, feet as wide as your mat, hands next to you, palms facing up. Bring your hands far enough away so your arms are not touching your sides. Let your eyes close. And then we'll take a deep breath in through your nose. Huge sigh out through your mouth. 2 more of those. Inhale. Big sigh. Last one. Inhale. Huge sigh out. And then let your body rest on the floor. Get a sense of letting go. Allowing the muscles of your face to soften. And try and count 10 steady breaths in and out. And you can stay here as long as you like.